Hi boys and girls, we're going to go over solving problems using a bar graph. And we're going to use the strategies that we've learned in school, the Math Mountains and the comparison bars and the missing add-ins. So I'm going to walk you through a couple examples just to refresh your memory so that when you do your math lesson today, it should be a piece of cake. And there are also some that are two-steppers, so I'll remind you of the two-steppers. So here we go. You're going to have to bear with me as I'm dealing with this tripod. So here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. So we have a bar graph. The title of our bar graph is Books in the Classroom Library, or Books in the Class Library. And as you can see, our bar graph goes vertically. And we have mystery books, picture books, history books, and science books. So I'm gonna look over here and I see that mystery has 7, picture books has 2, history books has 6, or excuse me, no, history books have 5, and history books have 6. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a cheating thing so I don't have to keep looking at that, and I'm gonna write the answers right above so I don't have to keep drawing my line over there. I wanna make this one 6 for some reason. Okay, so see how I did that? Just so I see and I can quickly look and I don't have to use the graph every single time. But I'm looking at question number 3, and hopefully you guys can see it too. And it says, children are reading 3 history books. The rest are on the shelf in the library. How many history books are on the shelf? So we're gonna use our strategies. We're gonna circle what we know. So there are 3 history books. Excuse me, I'm circle the numbers. It's been a while. Circle the numbers. I'm going to underline the question and box in the important information. Well, I know that the rest are on the shelf. And I wanna know how many history books are on the shelf. Well, I didn't see the word than, so I know that this can't be a comparison bar. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna draw my Math Mountain. Now, I know that there are 5 history books on the shelf or in the classroom library, and the students are reading 3 of them. And I wanna know where the rest of them are. So I know my total. My total is how many? How many history books do I have all together? Well, the graph shows me I have 5. So 5 is gonna go at the top of my Math Mountain. And as you guys know, it doesn't matter where I put my 3 because it's one of my parts. So I'm gonna put my 3 over here. So I'm looking for 3 plus what is going to be 5. Because remember, both these numbers are climbing my Math Mountain. So I'm gonna write that over here as an equation. 3 plus, oops, I gave you guys the answers. 3 plus box equals 5. All right, so 3 plus, I know it's 2, equals 5. So how many books are on the shelf? 2. And remember, I have to label it. So 2 what? Well, it's 2 history books. And if you wanted, you could put on or are on the shelf. Okay, so let's look at our second one. The class library has 2 more science books than math books. Uh-oh, I see this word. What does that word tell me? It tells me I'm comparing. So remember, I'm gonna have to do comparison bars. So now I'm gonna read it, because remember, that's my alarm going off. The class library has 2 more science books than math books. How many more math books must the library get so that there is the same number of math books as mystery books? Uh-oh, you know what this one is? It's a 2-stepper. Because first, I have to figure out how many math books I have. And then I have to figure out the mystery books, how many more math books I'll have. So this is a 2-parter. I'm still gonna circle what I know, or circle the numbers. There are 2 more math books, or excuse me, 2 more science books than math books. And now I wanna know how many more math books must the library get so that there is the same number of history books. So let's start with the top one. I know that the class library has 2 more science books than math books. So here's my science. I saw that this is more than, so I'm gonna draw a comparison bar. So here's my comparison bar. Remember, I'm always gonna set it up. And with my comparison bar, remember my 2 bottom have to equal my top because they're the same size. Let's read the Math Mountain, or the math story again. The class library has 2 more science books than math books. Well, which has more, science or math? The classroom library has 2 more science books. So I know that science books is gonna go on top and math books is gonna go on the bottom. Now let's see. Do I know how many science books there are? Let's look at the graph. Mystery books, picture books, history books. Oh, science. So I know that I have 6 science books. I don't know how many math books I have because that's what I'm trying to figure out, but I know the difference, and it's 2 more. So I'm gonna put 2 more in my circle. Now let's think, boys and girls. Is it gonna make sense to add these 2 numbers to get this small box? Or am I gonna add these 2 numbers to get my top box? Do you have to go potty? Okay. So I'm gonna say blank plus 2 equals 6. So I'm gonna start with 2 and count up to 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. No more. So how many math books do I have? Well, my answer is 4. But I'm not done, because remember, this is a 2-stepper. So I have 4 math books, and now I have to say, how many more math books must the library get so there are the same number of math books as mystery books? What's up? All right, so I have 4 math books, and now I need to see how many more math books do I need to get the same number as mystery books. So I'm going to do comparison bars again here, and I know that mystery books and math books, okay? So how many more math books must the library get so there is the same number of math books as mystery books? Well, I have 7 mystery books and I have 4 math books. So I automatically know that mystery books is gonna go on top because it has the most. Do I know how many math books I have? Yep, I just figured it out, and it's 4. Now remember, we can still do a subtraction problem here too. We can say 7 take away 4 is gonna give me this difference. So I'm gonna do that. 7 take away 4 equals, my answer is 3. I need 3 more math books to equal the same amount of mystery books. And don't forget to label it, or I'm going to think you're giving me Twix bars. Hi boys and girls, my videoing cut off some of the math stories that we did, so I'm gonna try to walk you through them even though I already have the answer down. So let's try this again for number 3. And maybe now you can see it better. Sorry about that, guys. All right, the question says, children are reading some of the mystery books. The rest are on the shelf. The library gets 6 new mystery books. Now there are 10 mystery books on the shelf. How many books are the children reading? Well, this is a 2-stepper as well. First of all, I have to figure out how many books do they have all together of the mystery books. So I'm gonna look up at the top and I see that they had 7 and then they got 6 more. So whatever I did over here is I made a math mountain and I said 6 and 7 were my parts and I came up with my total, which was 13. But this is a 2-stepper. So even now I know that there are 13 mystery books. I'm gonna come back over here. Now there are 10 mystery books on the shelf, and I want to figure out how many books the children are reading. So my 13 is still going to be my total, but now 10 of them are on the shelf, and I need to figure out the difference between 13 and 10. So I set up this equation right here. 13 take away 10 is 3. So my answer is 3 mystery books the kids are reading, or it should maybe say 3 books the kids are reading. Okay? Let's go over here, because this is the other one that got cut off, so I apologize. All right, the farm has 5 fewer goats than chickens. Oops, here we have the same thing, same kind of questions, but now my graph is going horizontally. And this graph has a new title, so I'm gonna take a look at the new title. It's animals on the farm, sheep, rabbits, goats, and cows. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did on my vertical graph, except I'm going to obviously have a horizontal one. So sheep, there are 3. So I'm going to do my little cheater way, 3. Rabbits, there are 7. Goats, there are 4. And cows, there are 6. So let's look at our first math story. And our first math story says, oh, sorry guys, you went for a little ride. All right. It says, the farm has 4 more rabbits than horses. Than horses. What does that tell us, guys? My alarm's going off. It should be comparison bars. So how many horses does the farm have? So I'm instantly going to set up my comparison bar. Okay. Now I'm going to read it again to find the numbers. There are 4 more rabbits than horses. So, 4 more rabbits. So which one has more, rabbits or horses? Well, I know that rabbits is on top because it says it has more. And I'm trying to figure out how many horses does the farm have. So I'm gonna box in horses. So I don't know how many horses they have, so my question mark is gonna go in horses. But I do know how many rabbits they have, so let's take a look at my graph. My graph says that there's 7 rabbits, and I know that the difference, my number going in the circle, is 4. Now remember, boys and girls, my horse is going to equal my rabbit because that's what my comparison bars show me, that these two should be the same amount as this. So I can do it as missing add-on, or I can do it as a subtraction problem. So I'm gonna do this one as a subtraction problem. 7 take away 4 equals, my answer should be 3 horses. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna fix the other side since this side got cut off as well. All right, so we have number 7 rather. The farm has 5 fewer goats than chickens. Uh-oh, are your alarms going off? Than. So let's I drew a comparison bar over here. All right, and it says, how many chickens does the farm have? So it says 5 fewer goats. Fewer means less, so that means that goats is gonna be on the bottom, and I automatically know chickens is gonna be on the top. So I'm gonna go look up at my graph, and I see that I had 4 goats. So I put 4 in how many goats there are, and my difference was 5. So remember that we know that 4 plus 5 is gonna equal my chickens. So 5 plus 4, or I switched the add-ons there, but 5 plus 4 or 4 plus 5 is gonna be 9, so my answer is 9 chickens. Now let's look at the bottom one. It says there are 3 cows in the barn. The rest of the cows are in the field with the goats and the sheep. How many animals are on the field? So again, this is another 2-stepper because first I have to figure out how many cows are on the field and then add the cows on the field with the goats and the sheep. So what I did first is I made a math mountain. I came up here and I saw that there are 6 cows altogether. So my 6 is at the top of the math mountain. There are 3 cows in the barn, so my 3 is one of my parts. And I set this up as a missing add-on. So 3 plus something equals 6. Well, I automatically know in my brain that 3 plus 3 is 6. So there are 3 cows on the field. But now I need to figure out how many goats and how many sheep are with those 3 cows. Well, I see that there are 4 goats. So I put the 4 over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There are 3 sheep. So I put the 3 over here. And I know that there are 3 cows on the field, so I put that there, and I added it all together. 4 plus 3 plus 3, and I did my doubles first. 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So there are 10 animals on the field. I hope that helps. And we'll be having some practice problems today for you to use. I have the math mountains and I have the comparison bars on the digital document, so feel free to use that. But if you need to use a piece of paper or a dry erase board, if you have that at home, use a piece of paper, use whatever you need to solve the problem. But like I said, I did put the math mountains and the comparison bars on the page, so you should be able to just plug in your answers and help me with that. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.